Earlier this year, I created a video showing one way to go about creating a reverse foot rig to use with character animation. And so what I thought we could do is take a look at creating a reverse foot rig using a different setup where we'll take advantage of joints and some of the new constraints. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my right view. And instead of loading up a character, I just want to focus on the actual settings. So I'm just going to add a null, and we'll call this character, and I'm just going to edit it to be a box, and we'll just make it 0.5 in size. Doesn't really matter the size. That's just going to be our placeholder so that we can start creating some joints. So I'm going to head over to the Setup tab, and under Add, I'm going to go to More, Draw Child Joints. I'm going to make the hip, the upper leg, the lower leg, and then I'm going to go ahead and create the foot, toe bone. I call this the foot pad, and the heel. So now I've got one chain, and I'm going to use this to create the setup. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a null object that's going to be the goal for my chain. And so to do that, I'm going to go over to Items, Null, and let's make goal. And let's make it a ball and 0.25 for size. Okay, and I'm going to start dragging this over, and I'm going to hold down Alt so that it snaps to the location here that I want. It snaps to the pivot point, the center point of that joint. It's an easy way to get it exactly where I want it. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and create some more nulls and put them in place, and then we'll go ahead and set it all up. So null, this is going to be the heel controller so that we don't have to select any of the bones. We can just go and select nulls instead. So we'll do ball. 0.25 seems to be a good size to work with, and I'm going to start dragging and moving it, and then Alt will snap it into place. So I'm going to go over to null, and we'll do foot pad, and let's create a ball shape and 0.25. I'm going to start dragging it over, hold down Alt, snaps into place, another null, and I'm going to call this toes. Ball 0.25, click OK. I'm going to start dragging it, hold down Alt, snap into place, and we'll do one more. This one is foot. So basically it's going to be for each element of the foot, I'm going to have a handle that I can use to animate with. Ball 0.25, okay, and I'll start dragging it and hold down Alt, snap into place. So everything is created that I need. I just need to start setting it up. So I'm going to start by setting up the IK. So I'm going to start with this one right here, M for motion options, and I'm going to say unaffected by IK of descendants. I don't want the IK chain to carry up through the rest of the character. So I'm going to go ahead and select this joint, and let's go ahead and see that, well, I already see that we're close to gimbal lock, so I'm going to go over to Setup, and under Modify, I'm going to choose Record Pivot Rotation, which is going to fix that. Now it disabled IK, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that back on so that when we're ready to use that. Now for this joint, I'm going to go over to Controllers and Limits, Rotation, and I want IK on heading and on pitch. I'll select this joint, and I'm going to go ahead and just use pitch. That's the knee. And then I'll select the joint right here. Let me just zoom in, and I'm going to select this joint right here and set up my IK. So I'll go over to IK and modifiers, goal. I'm going to choose goal, and IK is already set up. The full-time IK is already set up. So now if I were to grab the goal and move it, we can see that my IK is working. So that's the basic IK setup, but I want the reverse foot rig. And you can see right now I'm not taking advantage of any of those nulls that I created. So I'll just undo, and let's zoom in and take a look at what we're going to do. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more. And so what I want is I don't want to have to, I'm going to end up hiding and locking all of these joints. So what I'm going to do is make it so that I can just use these objects as a way to drive the animation. So I'm going to select this joint, and I'm going to come over to Controllers and Limits and go over to the Position tab, and I'm going to choose the Position item, and I'm going to choose heel for the heel. I'm going to use world coordinates, and I'm going to say for X position, same as item, for Y, same as item, and Z, same as item. So same as the item right here, the position item. For rotation, I'm going to do the same thing. So use heel, and same as item, same as item, same as item. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this for all of them. So I'm going to grab this joint, and this is the foot pad joint. So for rotation, world, I'm going to choose foot pad, and I'm going to go same as item, same as item, same as item. Come over to position, world, foot pad, same as item, same as item, same as item. I'm going to head over to the toe joint. It's like the tip of the toes, and I'm going to set up the same thing. So I'll choose toes, and same as item, same as item, same as item. Now I'm not really going to move this, but I'm going to go ahead and set it up just in case if I want to. I could just do it on rotation, and I'd be in good shape. But while we're at it, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So toes, same as item, same as item, same as item. Because in this, with this handle, including this handle and this handle, I'm really not going to move it. So you really don't need to do position. So for this one, let's just go ahead and do rotation. So world, and this would be foot, and we'll do same as item, same as item, same as item. Because in the end, even for the foot, the only one that I'm going to use is pitch. So I would probably go and start locking these off. So my suggestion would be on the different handles, just lock them down to what you need for the setup. But we're actually almost done. What I need to do is do some parenting, and then we're set because I've got everything set up the way I need to. What I want is I want this foot to be parented to the toes. So parent item, toes. I want the toes to be parented to the foot pad, and I want foot pad to be I want the foot pad to be parented to the heel. Okay, so what this allows me to do is just move the heel. Okay, and I just realized I do need to set the position for when I am moving this. Even though the controller is just going to be rotated, it is going to move, and I need the joint to move as well. So I need to come back over here, world, and we're going to choose foot, and same as item, same as item, same as item, so that when I select the heel and move it, everything's going to go with it. Now you can see the goal isn't going with it. So what I'm going to do is select the goal, and I'm going to parent that to the foot, to this controller right here, so that when I move this, the entire rig goes with it. So let me zoom out, and we'll take a look at the setup, because we've got the entire setup for a reverse foot rig. So if I grab the heel, I'm able to move it, and you can see that the leg is going to bend with it. If I go into rotate, Y for rotate, I can rotate at the heel. I can rotate at the foot pad if I ever needed to do like an about face. I can rotate at the tip of the toes to make the character stand up on the tip of the toes, and I can rotate so that it bends at the toes, and of course drive my entire animation with this setup. One of the things that's nice about this is, unlike the reverse foot rig that I set up with traditional bones, you can see that it's all one hierarchy for the bones instead of two, and it doesn't separate. And so all I need to do to drive this animation is to work with each one of these controls. So I could hide and lock all the bones and all the joints, and I would be set. So this is just a quick example of working with joints and some of the new constraints in LightWave layout.